to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On The Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On The Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On The Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On The Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to you wherever you are in St. Kitts and Nevis, Good Islands, in the OECS, in the Caribbean, in the diaspora, and who knows, maybe there might be people listening to us from Mars, or Jupiter, Neptune, or wherever. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. Welcome to another edition of On the Ball here at WINN FM 98.9. I am Troy Bif Mills, your host, and it is indeed another pleasure for us to be with you here tonight, Tuesday the 25th of November. The year finished. We're waiting for Carnival now, tents already happening, and boom, just like that, 2026 would be upon us. 2025 fly down real fast, you know. I had 117 things to do, but I only got to do about 23 of them, so we'll see how it works out. And wherever you are joining, I know there are some persons who I have to say special good evening to. We're starting with John Palmer over there in Mansions, and a lot of things been happening. They're down to the finals now between Young Guns and Christ Church in the James Harris T20, how it goes, the T20, yes, softball league, and it has been an exciting tournament. The final is going to be played on the November, that's the 7th, I think it is, November the 7th, between the defending champions Young Guns and the Christ Church. Christ Church, they won that championship some time ago, and they are going to be trying to get back in things. There, that's Christ Church, and it's been an interesting competition. It's been going good, and I'll tell you what, we are going to play a clip and give a little history, who won what, who won when, from the competition. We started way back when, was it 2014, 2012, 2013? I can't remember, but we've had several winners. Young Guns is the last winner, and I think that was the last time it was played, was in 2025. I can't remember, but they are the defending champions. And the Backstreet, they won it sometime. Christchurch won it sometime. Some other people, some people were back to back. And we are going to play, in a few minutes, we're going to play the clips of who won it when. And this year, would would Young Guns repeat, or would Christchurch add? So let us go to the clip. Started way back in 2008. Christchurch, they were the first winners in 2008. They were also the first team to win it back-to-back, having done so in 2009. Backstreet, they won it in 2010 to become the second team to win it, and also the second team to double up back-to-back when they won it in 2011. The third team to win it was Tabernacle in 2012. The fourth, Front Street Limers in 2013. Backstreet came back and won it a third time in 2014. Molyneux won it the first time in 2015 to become the fifth team to do so. Christchurch came back winning it a third time in 2016, the second team to win it 3 times. There wasn't any competition in 2017, and Backstreet became the winningest team in this competition when they won it for a 4th time in 2018. 2018, and a lot of history there behind that tournament, and we thank Montezuma for giving us that information. That report was done way back when, 2018, 2019, and I don't know where he dug it up from, but we must say thank you to him for providing it, even though I was the person who recorded it. That was part of our news package way back when, and he was able to record it and store it. That is something tremendous, and that is something that's missing here in perhaps the Caribbean. 1, recording information, capturing information. 2, filing it. storing it, archiving it, and the 3, when we're ready to access it, knowing where it is and how to get to it. I don't think we do a very good job with that. However, it is archives, and I have made sure I have set it up so we could actually get it anytime we want. And I say thank you again to Montezuma. A lot of things happening sports-wise around the world in St. Kitts and in Nevis. We have had the re-election of still in cricket, of Mr. Carlisle Powell. They had re-elections about 2 weeks ago, and Carlisle and his entire slate of candidates, they were elected unopposed, and I think that is indicating that, 1, they have been doing an excellent job over the years, and 2, the cricketing fraternity, they are actually happy with the work they are doing. So congratulations to Carlisle. And Charmaine, I'm not remembering her name. She is the vice president. She's the manager of the West Indies female team. We say congratulations to her. Keith Atherton, Stuart Rollins, they are part of the selection committee. And something really keeping Nevis when it comes to cricket. They have 2-day cricket, which we don't have in St. Kitts. They have T10 cricket. They have T20 cricket. They have, what else do they have? One whole heap of things they have going on in terms of cricket in Nevis. So we say congratulations to them for their program. We don't have, or should I say, the only cricket we have in St. Kitts is the Keith Atherton T20 competition, which is going on right now, and we're going to get some scores, some results for you from that in a moment. So that is the only cricket we have in St. Kitts, but they've been playing all kind of cricket. And I mentioned it, one of my sports news production, daily sports news production. And I'm wondering, I don't know if I should be concerned. Cricket is a part of the 2028 Olympics, the Los Angeles Olympics. I suspect it's going to be T10 as opposed to T20, but I'm not too clear as yet on the process, what is going to be happen, how they are going to go about electing the teams, whether they're going to use the top 12 ranking in ICC or whatever the case is. However, what I do know is if St. Kitts and Nevis want to participate, they have to participate as a St. Kitts and Nevis cricket associations, a cricket association. So they will have to have, right now there's a St. Kitts Cricket Association, and right now there's a Nevis Cricket Association. However, if we are to participate in the Olympics, we have to participate as St. Kitts and Nevis. And this is something that the netball fraternity here in St. Kitts and Nevis went through a few years ago. It led to some confusion, for want of a better expression, because we were playing in the OECS, I think, separately, and then we were told one year that we have to play as St. Kitts and Nevis. But the proper mechanisms weren't put in place for that, and apparently the participants weren't told. So here they are, practicing in July to go to the competition in July, and they were told in August, and they were told, no, you can't come and St. Kitts, you have to come and St. Kitts Nevis. And then I heard the ladies in St. Kitts, the netballers in St. Kitts were already practicing, and then I heard that Nevis is saying, well, they have to get 50% of the players because it's a St. Kitts and Nevis thing, and I don't believe they were practicing. And eventually I don't believe the team went. I don't think that will happen now, because there's a St. Kitts and Nevis Netball Association, though there's a committee in St. Kitts responsible for organizing netball under the auspices of the St. Kitts and Nevis Netball Association, and similar in Nevis. So I suspect that model will be what will be practiced in the cricket. So they'll first have to have a St. Kitts and the Nevis Cricket Association. And the politics of all of that is there are only 6 teams playing cricket in St. Kitts, 6 teams registered with the St. Kitts Cricket Association. And in Nevis, there are either 8 or 9 teams registered, but let's say 8. And when there's the general meeting to select the St. Kitts and Nevis Cricket Association, I suspect all 6 teams from St. Kitts will be invited to be part of the meeting to vote, all of them having 2 votes. And likewise, all 8 or 9 teams from Nevis will be invited to participate, having 2 votes each. Let us say there are 8 clubs in Nevis. So 6 from St. Kitts, 8 from Nevis. So I suspect what is going to happen when it comes to the voting, St. Kitts clubs are going to vote along the St. Kitts lines, and the Nevis clubs are going to vote along the Nevis lines. So it is very likely that the executive of the St. Kitts and the Nevis Cricket Association could be all Nevisians. It is likely, perhaps very likely. Will it be the case? I'm not certain, because the Nevisians might decide, hey, we can't be greedy, we can't take all the positions. Let's give the vice president, make the vice president from St. Kitts or the assistant treasurer or whatever. We don't know. This is just my view, eh? That is not what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So don't get me wrong. So we'll have to wait and see, but that is a natural outcome. The entire executive coming from Nevis. And chances are, if Carlisle Powell, if he were to be interested, chances are he may very well be the first president of the St. Kitts and the Nevis Cricket Association. And again, that is just Troy Bif Mills expressing his view, his opinion, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm thinking, and I suspect that it could happen. If it would happen, that's a different kettle of fish. But we will have to wait and see. We started talking about the John Palmer, and I began Montezuma again, but hey, we drifted, forgive me. I went off course. I didn't big up some other persons who are normally with me, and who are with me. We have Evie Philip Morris, or Evie Morris Philip, the blind lady who is up by Bractor Shop, Ponds Industrial Site. I'm not certain what that area is called. And I say condolences to her. She recently lost her husband. So condolences to you, Evie. Hope you're being strong and coming through. We say good evening to Larnett Somerset over there in Green Valley, Keon, Anna Hull also in Green Valley, Keon, and Annie Ann in Taba, the Republic of Taba. Good night, Annie Ann. How are you? Hope all is well. She's the mother of John Samuel, the man in charge of Duckworth-Lewis system in St. Kitts, and I don't believe we should be using that, but that's just my view. And Calypso Judge, sports commentator, headmaster at the Basti High School. I think he conducts some sessions at the CFBC as well. So, an ardent sports enthusiast, adjudicator in his own right. Good evening, John. How are you? Mr. Montclair Tito Samuel up in Canada. Good evening to you. How are you? So, he's from Inner City, Molyneux, and he's an ardent listener today to the program. And Chris, how are you, Chris? That is Chris from St. Vincent it is, who is living in Texas. He's also logged into the program. And Kurt, we have people like Curtis Cook, Jam Down Manners. Thank you for listening to the program. We have Labo up in Newtown. And speaking about that, the Coca-Cola Shamrocks, they are celebrating their 50th anniversary, half a century. Could you imagine that? 50 years, long before all the players who are playing right now playing. That club was formed between Gillian, what's the right name? Gillian Musgrave and Miss Hobson out of Newtown, from my understanding. We had Shamrocks here with us, and that is what they said. And they are having a they have a calendar of events, and part of it is a dinner, an appreciation dinner over at what's this place called? Over the peninsula, Carambola. If I'm not mistaken, they're having it. I wonder when is it. I wonder if it's not this weekend. I have to contact them. But anyway, we say congratulations to them because they were around since before my mother met my father. So you could imagine all of the players, 18, 19, 23. I think Gillian might be the only one who was around at the time from the formation. So we say good evening to them, congratulations. And here we go. We have anybody else to big out? Big up? I can't remember at the moment. However, in case you want to call in case you want to share your view, you can call 466-0989, 662-0989, 762-0989. Or if you're in the US, you can call 718-285-6984 in the US, 718-285-6984. If you are in the UK, 033-344-0065. That's the number you call, 033-344-0065. And if you're in Canada, you'll call 305-921-4619. 305-921-4619. And of course, you can send me a WhatsApp. If you're shy like me and you're afraid to call in and people hear your voice, you can send me a WhatsApp, 668-2055. If you are in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, however, if you're outside, you'll dial 1-869-668-2055. And we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. In case you want to get us, www.facebook.com/WINNFM. That's the Facebook. And the YouTube is one long thing. I have to find out a shorter way for this YouTube. But we will get there. And oh, please forgive me. I didn't mention earlier about a guest we're having. We were to have a guest, and they couldn't break down. Some of their members, most of their members, I think all of their members, to be politically correct, they fell ill with a flu, I think it was. So they are unable to make it. And then we went to a backup, and the backup couldn't make it. So I think I have to have 3 backups or 2 backups. The main course and 2 backups in future. So a 3-prong approach. So right now I'm going to do it alone. It's me, myself, and I talking for 2 hours. Well, I'm going to play a clip or 2 here and there. And it's not something I like to do, talk for 2 hours, because I don't want you to hear the same old boring voice over and over for 2 hours. So I might probably have to get, in future, somebody, even though the guests are confirmed, still come in just in case. But I'll tell you what. Let us go for a break. It's now 7:25. Let us go for a break. And we are going to be right back shortly. Stick and stay. Don't go away. You'll have more on the ball when we come back in a few. Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune in to On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune in to On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Welcome back to another edition of On the Ball here at WINN FM 98.9. Thank you very much if you're just joining us. If you are rejoining us, thank you as well. We really appreciate it. We have all kind of news and sports news to bring you: football, cricket, basketball, locally, regionally, internationally. Boy, a lot of cricket played. And we're still appealing to the corporate community to come on board and sponsor On the Ball here at 98.9. Call 466-9786, or you can WhatsApp me, and we set up a meeting. You contact the marketing department, myself, and we organize a sponsorship package for you, a solution for you that we are certain that you will be happy with, and we'll be able to drive customers through your business doors, increase your sales, and especially at this Christmas time, Christmas Carnival VAT time. So give our marketing department 465, did I say 9586? 465-9586. I think I said 97-9586. And marketing department will be glad to work with you, or give me a call. We'll be able to come up with something. Whatever you have in mind, we will be able to find a solution for you. whether you want to sponsor the entire program every month, every year, or you want to sponsor the first Tuesday in every month, the last Tuesday, I don't know, or even the first hour, because it is our job to come up with something to make you happy that you will be comfortable about, and we really thank you for that. That's coming on board to sponsor the On the Ball program. However, we have another opportunity for you to sponsor our sportscast, which is part of the WINN FM major newscast. The new major newscast heard 6 p.m. every day, 7 days a week. Fresh stories. And the sports news will come in directly behind that. And there's a rebroadcast every morning at 7 a.m. And we bring you sports news, we bring you regular news, 7 days a week, Sundays, weekends, Saturdays, weekends, public holidays. We don't take a break. We bring the information for you to keep you up to date locally, regionally, and internationally. And forgive me for not bigging up my radio sister, Lavi Lavon Gums, the host of Real Talk with Lavi every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Very interesting program. And she has been going by leaps and bounds. Lavi, good evening, Lavi. How are you, my girl? Hope everything is okay. I'm thinking I have to go to her to get my hairstylist done, and she's a hairstylist by profession. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Lavi was one of the pioneers to get into this and make it so expansive and things like that. Now everybody is into this, but Lavi has been there in the hairstyling business way back when. And tune into Real Talk on tomorrow night, Godspeed, Wednesday, and she has had some heavyweight guests there, heavyweight topics, tremendous. And I've tried to go up my way to listen every time. But let us get back to the sporting world. It's now 7:34. Coming from the St. Kitts and Nevis Amateur Basketball Association, and it's for immediate release. It is captioned, Scanaba announces its national 3x3 team selection for the 2025 FIBA 3x3 AmeriCup in Leon, Mexico. I hope those guys start to learn Spanish. It reads, Bastia St. Kitts, the St. Kitts Nevis Amateur Basketball Association, Scanaba, is pleased to announce the official team selection for the 2025 FIBA 3x3 AmeriCup, scheduled to take place in Leon, Mexico, from Thursday 27th November to Sunday 30th November 2025. For the past 2.5 months, the Scanaba 3x3 Commission and coaching staff have conducted an intensive series of 3x3 sessions, practice games, and competitive evaluations. These sessions were designed to assess talent, build team chemistry, and prepare our players for the demands of a high-level international 3x3 competition. Following the evaluation period, the following players and team officials were selected to represent the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis at the upcoming tournament. Players Nashawn Maynard, Macari Gums, Jaquante Fraser, and Jaron Morris. Team officials, John Spezia, head coach, and Wendell Pemberton, team manager. The delegation departed on Tuesday 25th at 4:28 p.m. and is scheduled to return on Wednesday 3rd December 2025. This year marks a significant milestone, as it is only the second time that a Scanaba national 3x3 team will compete in the prestigious FIBA 3x3 AmeriCup. Participation in this tournament underscores Scanaba's continued commitment to elevating the standard and visibility of 3x3 basketball within St. Kitts and Nevis, while providing meaningful opportunities for players to compete on the international stage, including major multi-sports games and championships. The Scanaba executive therefore expresses profound thanks to the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee, the SKNOC, for making the team's participation possible and to extend its best wishes to the team in the tournament. And it comes from the media contact, Jakida Thomas, who is the General Secretary of the St. Kitts and Nevis Amateur Basketball Association. Congratulations are most certainly in order for these players. And I remember just a few weeks ago, Skanaba had a 3x3 tournament down at Port Zante. I think it was an excellent idea, and I think there was good support from the public, quite a few spectators, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. There was music. So it was really a fun family event, a fun family environment. So congratulations and to the players and the team officials. And we wish them, well, we hope you come back with medals, having been on the podium. Congratulations again. And to the Basketball Association, Skanaba, for ensuring these travel. It's a tremendous idea, as I indicated, and we are going to wish them well. And no, where are we? We're still on the local scene, and let us go to the primary school. No, let us go to the Department of Sports, and they have primary school and high school activities happening. And in this release, we have BHS Stormers and the Keon High School Falcons to play for Under 14 Football Championship. I wonder what becomes of Sems and Sandy Point Primary School. But anyway, the Basti High School Stormers, Basti High School being referred to as the home of champions, and the out of Green Valley, the Keon High School Falcons have advanced to the finals of the Department of Sports' Under 14 High School Football Championships, following dominant semi-finals performances. I see what happened to Sems. In the first semi-final, Basti High School powered past Charles E. Mills Secondary School, Sems, with a commanding 7-1 victory. That has to be a mistake. 7-1, nobody's supposed to beat Sems 7-1, especially in the semi-finals. Well, maybe the head teacher didn't give the team off, so I don't know, the permission to go. Maybe they had exams. Maybe they didn't remember the game was being played, or they had the wrong venue, so the team didn't show up. 7-1, that's a lot of blows, That is a lot of blows for my alma mater. Pedrola player of the match, Elijah Mitchum, led the Stormers with a brace, that is 2 goals, while Yosang Chin, Micaiah Richards, and Jejon Matthew each added a goal. Basti High School also benefited from a Sems' own goal. Nikwanje Thompson scored the lone goal for Sems. Well, that makes sense, If you can't score in the goal up there, you score in the nearest goal, you score in your goal, the fact remains you'll score. And that reminds me of security forces. They went for a period. Did they finish the league scoring a goal? They went for a period in the Premier League without scoring a goal, almost down to the end. But that was in the other goal because they had 5 own goals. Anyway, in the second semi-final, Keon High School secured their spot in the championship match with a solid 3-0 win over Washington Archibald High School. Piedrella player of the match was Jonathan Somersall, who delivered an outstanding performance, scoring all 3 goals to complete a hat-trick. The 2 victorious teams, Basti High School and Keon High, will now face off in what promises to be an exciting Under 14 Championship showdown at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, 3rd November 2025. Charles E. Mills and Washington Archibald High School will battle for the 3rd and 4th place from 3:30 p.m. Matches will be played at Warner Park, and that comes from the Department of Sports, and we say thank you for it and congratulate all the players for competing in the entire competition, and also the 2 finalists, Keon High School Falcons and the Basti High School Farmers, and we wish you all the best. May the better team win. Now, that's going to be interesting. And these games, there's a high level of support for them. And we encourage you to go on out and support them. Go on out. Support the young students. Support the football. Support the Department of Sports. And a lot of sports happening. You have football. You have netball happening as well at various levels. And now, forgive me, but we have a little on the lengthy side. And again, from the Department of Sports, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School crowned under 20 Powerade Dasani netball champions. And the DLDSS, that formerly was the Sadler's Secondary School. A packed and enthusiastic netball crowd was on hand at the Pam Tyson Netball City on Monday, 24th November 2025 to witness the thrilling conclusion of the Powerade Dasani Department of Sports. The Department of Sports is under 20 netball championship. In the third place, player of Keon High secured a 35-26 victory over Basti High School in a competitive match. So the Keon High School taking revenge on Basti High for the football. The first quarter ended at 8-8, but Keon High began to pull away in the second quarter, taking an 18-14 lead at halftime. By the end of the third quarter, they extended the advantage to 28-19, maintaining control for the remainder of the game. 35-26. That's a fairly decent amount of licks, eh? Top performers, Keon High School. Vishante Williams, 25 goals from 35 attempts. Tilanique Carty, 10 goals from 18 attempts. For Basti High School, the Quadra, I'm hoping I'm calling these names correctly. I don't know why they don't have simple names like Pauline and Sharon and Wilhelmina and things like that. The Quadre Huggins, 19 goals from 29 attempts, and this is for Basti High School. Nikenya Francis, 4 goals from 10 attempts. Bijanel Gibson, 3 goals from 7 attempts. The outstanding players, Nayama Mitchum, goal defense Keon High, and the Quadra Huggins, goal shooter Basti High. The defending champions, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School, DLDSS, successfully retained their title with a commanding 40-20 victory over Washington Archibald High School in the championship match of the Powerade Dasani Department of Sports' under-20 netball team. DLDSS took control of the match from the opening whistle, dominating each quarter with a confident and composed play. They led 11-5 at the end of the first quarter, extended it to 22-8 by halftime, and maintained a strong 29-17 cushion after the third quarter before closing out the match at 40-20. That's a little bit of licks, though, eh? The top performance we have for Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. Awisha Fagan, 21 goals from 26 attempts. Very good shooting. Sophia Sam, 19 goals from 30 attempts. For Washington Archibald High School, Zamaya Francis had 13 goals from 22 attempts. Yulishi Mitchell, 5 goals from 10 attempts. And Lini Kwana, 1 goal from 3 attempts. Outstanding players, Maisha Rollins, goal defense, DLDSS, and Selvisha Dyer, wing defense, Washington Archibald High School. With fierce competition, passionate supporters, and the future stars lining up the court, the 2025 Under-20 Netball Championship delivered a spectacle worthy of the packed stands. Keon High battled bravely to claim third place. Washington Archibald School stood tall in the second, and DLDSS once again rose above them all, a testament to a championship pedigree that continues to set the standards for youth netball across the nation. The legacy lives on, and the future of netball has never shone brighter. Interesting. In terms of the awards, most valuable team player, Unico Pond of Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, CFBC, Nikenya Francis Basti High School, Tilanique Kati Keon High School, and this is Icalia Maynard of Washington Archibald High School, and Maisha Rollins of Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. Most goals, Hawisha Fagan, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School, scoring 134 goals. Most accurate shooter, Vishante Williams, Keon High School with 66%. Most outstanding attacking player, Hawisha Fagan, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. Most outstanding defensive player, Maisha Rollins, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. And most valuable player of the tournament, some people calling it these days, Maisha Rollins, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. In terms of the team awards, Fair Play Award went to Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. Third place, Keon High School. Second place, Washington Archibald High School. Champions, Dr. Denzil L. Douglas Secondary School. Congratulations to all the teams for competing. They must be congratulated, because if they didn't, we wouldn't have been at this stage. And congratulations to all the winners, and also to those persons, individuals or clubs, who received awards. Congratulations to you. Keep working, don't give up. And the Department of Sports extends its heartfelt gratitude to our title sponsors, Powerade and Dasani, through COSCAB, St. Kitts Nevis Limited, Dame Marcella Liebert, Governor General, the St. Kitts and the Nevis Olympic Committee, the Ministry of Education, and the principals, of course, for giving time off from school, staff and players of the participating schools. Special thanks are also extended to the St. Kitts Nevis Netball Association, the Department of Sports staff, match officials, umpires and desk officials, volunteers, bus drivers, mixed exclusive sounds, security and medical reasons, and all netball supporters, security and all medical teams, and all netball supporters for ensuring another successful hosting of the Powerade, the Dasani Department of Sports Under 20 Netball League. And a big congratulations to you all. And what we're going to do, we have some more sports coming in from the Department of Sports, but let's take a little break and we will be right back. Stick and stay, don't go away. Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Welcome back to On the Ball here at WINN FM 98.9, and we thank you for tuning in. We have some football news from the Department of Sports. Let us continue. In the St. Kitts and the Nevis Anguilla National Bank Primary Schools Football Championship matches to round up the preliminary phase, Edgar Timoris. Whoa, that wasn't a dominant performance. That was a destructive performance. They had a 10-0 victory over Sky Academy, powered by a sensational hat-trick from Giant Malt player of the match, King Mills. Man, it had to be, man. He has to be related to me. A cousin, something, a nephew, something. Yeah. I mean, only Mills could have such performances. Sensational hat-trick. Mills set the tone early and was unstoppable throughout the match. The scoring was further boosted by braces from Josiah Finch, Emmanuel Clark, and Jeshawn Phipps, each showcasing impressive finishing and teamwork. Kenston Liebert added a well-taken goal to round out the emphatic win. ICCS continued their strong performances with a convincing 5-1 win over Maurice Hillier Memorial School. We had a hat-trick from London Gavaya Williams. His clinical finishing set the tone for the match that kept ICC in control throughout. CCS also saw goals from Zenalje, Richards Pemberton, and Mail Martin, each adding one to seal the comfortable victory. Maurice Hillier's lone goal came from Caden Halliday, who capitalized on a rare opening to get his team on the scoreboard. The Giant Malt player of the match was Bella Harris of ICCS, recognized for her outstanding all-round performance. And that is something I like, Female players are playing in this tournament. I think it is only fair if they have females with the talent, the skills, the ability, but there aren't enough females to form a team. Then let them play with the boys. You may argue it's a tough game. The boys are going to look to rough up, but water finds its own level, and I don't think that will be the case. I remember, I don't know if that can happen if it is in place, but I remember a few years ago, Curtis Cook's son, Curdell, he was going to a school, maybe factory school, I can't remember, Maricilia, I don't remember, but a school that didn't have other cricket players. And this is a youngster who loves cricket. He loves playing cricket, and he can play, and he performs well. And originally there was an agreement to have him play with Beach Allen, and then something changed and he was disallowed. He wasn't allowed to play. I think under circumstances like that, once you have somebody with talent in a school and they don't have a team, let the person play with another team, man. Because in this day and age, we're trying to encourage persons to get into the sports, cricket, football, table tennis, what have you. And we also need to be trying to help develop a pathway for them to go on to the higher levels. And so if Sandy Point Primary School only having one person who playing a sport, allow the person to play for another school. And even if, let's say 13 schools have one player each, let the 13 of them combine and form a team. Now, if you look at some points in Zone A, there are 11 teams. Sky Academy 1 point, in the bottom Dean Glassford Primary 5 points, Cotton Thomas Primary, and I'm proud of Cotton Thomas Primary. This is the school with children for special needs. I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly. And they are competing, and 1 point they were up front. But they are in the 9th position with 5 points. Violet Primary 8, George Moody Stewart 10, Tucker Clark 14. Tucker Clark 14 points, they're way down the ladder, man. Terry Williams Primary 16, they are 5th. In the top 4 in Zone A, Beach Allen Primary 21, Edgar T. Morris Primary 22. Edgar T. Morris Primary is that Tabernacle. Sandy Point Primary 27. Sadler's Primary 27 as well. But Sadler's, they have a goal difference of 46, while that for Sandy Point Primary is 23. I think Sadler's give somebody one whole heap of pounding. In Zone B, you have 10 teams. Bronte Welsh, wow, Bronte Welsh got a comb. They've played their full quota of 9 matches and they didn't get a point yet. Keon Primary in 9th with 5 points. I don't know if they're going through a rebuilding stage, but Keon Primary, they're normally a much better football team than this. Joshua O. Williams Primary, and where's that one now? One in Tabernacle, I can't remember. But they are on 8 points. Maurice Hillier Memorial 10, Dieppe Primary 11, Newton Ground Primary 13 in 5th. The top 5 are ICCS on 14, Dr. William Connor 18 in 3rd, Halliday Smith Primary, which was formerly Newton, Irish Town, they are 24, and the St. Paul's Primary, they are on 27, leading the charge. So that's the top 4 quarterfinal matchups. Will be played on Wednesday, 26th November 2025 at Warner Park. That's tomorrow, God's Spear. Sadler's Primary, and the Sadlers, they are number 1 in Zone A, coming up against ICCS. Number 4 in Zone B at 3 p.m. Halliday Smith Primary, they are 2nd in Zone B. They will take on Edgar T. Morris Primary. Edgar T. Morris Primary, they are 3rd in Zone A. Sandy Point Primary, 2nd in Zone A. They will be coming up against Dr. William Connor Primary School, 3rd in Zone B at 5 p.m. Sadler's Primary versus ICCS is at 3 p.m. Halliday Smith Primary versus Edgar T. Morris, that's at 4 p.m. Sandy Point Primary versus Dr. William Connor at 5 p.m. And at 6 p.m., St. Paul's Primary, number 1 in Zone A, versus Beach Allen Primary, which is number 4 in Zone A as well. So go on out, support these youngsters, support football, support the Department of Sports. We're still continuing, and we're going to be wrapping up in a second with the Department of Sports. And hey, these competitions, they are necessary, they are critically important, because the Maridonas and the Pelés, etc., start at this level, the primary school level, the school levels. So we have to be very appreciative of them. And we must compliment the Department of Sports as well. Now, in the Department of Sports is on the 20 football, Dr. Denzel L. Douglas Secondary delivered a commanding performance in the 5-1 victory over Charles E. Mills Secondary.
Charles E. Mills Secondary again. What Charles E. Mills do y'all, man? Well, y'all taking advantage of Charles E. Mills Secondary. So, somebody beat them 7-1 up above here and come down, give them another 5-1. No, man, we got to fix that, man. That's too much licks for one high school. So we know. Jinxing a player of the match, Evroy Barnes. And he must be from the Barnes family in Sadlers. I think they are a football family. He led the way with a well-taken goal and an influential presence throughout the match. He was joined on the score sheet by Kadamani Fleming, Azan Ward, Ishan Bracha, and Chajari Buchanan, each contributing a goal to secure the comprehensive win. Charles E. Mills Secondary School's lone response came from Adondre Eddy, who found the net to ensure his team avoided the shutout. And we have 8 teams competing here in this section, the under 20 football. Charles E. Mills. What's going on here, boy? I wonder if you ain't sent me the wrong news. Charles E. Mills in the cellar position, 8th position with 1 point. Virtuals High School, 7th with 4 points. Basti High School, 6th with 9 points, tied with Christopher Wilkin Institute of Technology, 5th, and CWIT ahead because they have a better goal difference of 0, while Basti High has one of -6. Dr. Denzel L. Douglas Secondary, they are 4th with 12 points. Keon High School, 3rd with 15, tied with Washington Archibald High School, but both teams have the same goal difference, but they have scored more goals, 19 to Washi's 13, to Keon's 13, so they enjoy second. And Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College winning that segment of the competition. They are first with 18 points. And sending greetings to, I forgot the officials. Yes, all the officials. We have to big up the officials for coming on out and officiating. And chances are these might be the coaches of the Department of School most times. So we have to big them up. Semi-finals matchups to be played on Thursday, 27th November at Warner Park. Washington Archibald High and Keon High at 3:30 p.m. That is in the under 20. And the other semi-final, Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College will be logging horns with Dr. Denzel L. Douglas Secondary at 5 p.m. tomorrow, Godspeed as well. So we're encouraging all the parents, all the families, all the friends, all the schoolmates to come on out and support your school. Whatever color your school uses, come on out and support them, support volleyball, basketball, support the Department of Sports. And we say thank you to them for providing the information. We thank the volunteers, the coaches, the school teachers for letting their students off. We say thank you to the bus drivers as well for taking the children to and from work, from school, and taking them safely. So we wish all the teams who have advanced to the playoff stages the best. And we wish congratulate everyone else for participating. And may the better team win. So that's the end of that. No way. I think I'm going to wrap up at 8:30. I'm not feeling 100% tonight. So I think rather than going until the full 9 o'clock, I'm going to wrap up at 8:30, pardon me. That's in another 22 minutes or so, 21 minutes. So now, the St. Kitts Cricket Association, they have, and well, before we get into this, it seems like things are not going well, because I've understood that a lawyer has written to the SKCA, and they had a month to respond, and I understand they haven't responded as yet. So I'm not certain what is going to be happening. And I understand that's the second letter. I understand another letter was written a few days after the elections in May, because there have been a lot of concerns about irregularities, persons. The deadline for voting was to be on Monday the 7th, I think it was. But I understand some persons were voting the Saturday before, the Sunday before the elections, even the Monday the 15th of May, persons were registering to vote, and I'm also hearing some persons didn't pay. So I don't know about that. We'll need to find out about that. We'll have the president on the program one of these days. But let's go to the T20 League. It started Sunday the 16th. They are playing two matches Sundays, one at 1 p.m., the other one at 5:30 p.m. On Tuesday, it's one at 6:30 p.m. Thursday, one at 6:30 p.m. Saturdays, the Sunday is 1 p.m., Saturday is 2 p.m., and finishing around minutes to 6 o'clock. There are 6 teams competing in the T20 League. We have Young Guns, we have Police, we have La Poinciana, Sandy Point, Molyneux, Keon, and who is the other one? Molyneux, Keon 1, Sandy Point 2, La Poinciana 3, St. Paul's 4. St. Paul's is the other one. There is a game going on right now up at Warner Park, and what can I tell you? Young Guns, they are playing Police. And how is that match panning out? I'm just looking for the info. Police won the toss and they decided to bat first. Police very brave. Police were 127 for 7 from their 20 overs. And I'm getting the details for you. 127 for 7 from 20 overs, Police. 3 players getting into double figures. The opener, Ezra Green, he had a run ball 27 from 4 fours. Mansford Sampler Richards opening the batting, he had 28 from 13 balls with 1-4. And Sherman White batting at number 4, he had 28 from 18 balls. 1-4-1-6. So St. Paul's, they had 32 extras. And the run rate was 6.35. The bowling for Young Guns, Clayton Skeet, the first change, 2 for 28 from 4 overs. Bush Dareen Sharma, Clayton Skeet was the first change. Bush Dareen Sharma, where is this? Bush Dareen Sharma, the fourth change, 2 for 19 from 3 overs, with Terence Murray picking up the other wicket. When the Young Guns batted, or they are still batting, and they are 56 for 1 at the end of the power play, at the end of the 6 overs. I'm having some challenges here. Where are we? Oh, here we are. The Young Guns, they are currently batting 56 for 1 from 6 overs. That game is going to probably go down a little late. Carlon Pluck, 40 from 21 balls with somebody just out, it look like. Carlon Pluck, 40 from 21 balls, 4 fours, 2 sixes. Extras of 5. The current run rate is 9.24. Not 11. Where are we? Sorry. 9.24, that's the current run rate. Showman White, 11 runs, 2 overs, no wicket. As a matter of fact, Keno Phipps got the only wicket, 1.1 overs, 12 runs. Very expensive, 12 runs, 1 wicket. So Young Guns, they are trailing right now by, how much it is? 68 runs in 14 overs, which is extremely gettable. So Young Guns, they should win that match easy. However, we've known that it is said runs on the board are already runs on the board. I've made mine. Your turn now to go and get yours. So we will have to wait and see. How things are going, and they are playing 1 round of matches, and then they're going into the semi-finals, etc. And the Police, they've played 2 matches, they've lost all 2. 3 teams on 2 points. Molyneux Keon in 5th, winning 1, losing 2. They have 2 points. La Poinciana, same thing, 2 points. Molyneux Keon, their net run rate is 0.986. That for Poinciana is minus 0.10. And that for Young Guns, who've won 1, lost 2, also on 2 points. They have a net run rate of 0.096. Second, we have Sandy Point, winning 2, losing 1, on 4 points. And out front, St. Paul's cricket team, making their community proud, winning all 3 matches, having a perfect record. They are on 6 points. So we still have some life, a lot of life in this match, in this tournament. A lot of things to go. How it will fan out, I'm not too certain. But we will just have to wait and see. Terrence Ward, he has scored 100, He has scored 100 in this tournament. He is leading the one race with 185, DeAndre Drew. He has second in the batting. He has scored 119. Hakeem Saunders coming back from a sabbatical. Played for West Indies, missed out and played for the Leewards, missed out and win the West Indies. He's back. I don't know if he's just to enjoy the cricket, just to support Sandy Point, or he's coming back to try and make Leewards, try and make the West Indies. But he's third, 103 from 3 innings. He's from Sandy Point. Tariq Newton from Sandy Point, 100 and even Stephen 100 runs from 3 innings with 4. He's number 4. And I think these top 4 batters, they're looking in good form in terms of the bowling. The top 4, we have Kevin Esdell, 7 wickets, economy rate of 3.29, averaging 3.29. Anthony Keynes, he is second. Anthony Keynes, he made the St. Kitts team, there was a tournament earlier. He plays for St. Paul's, a short left defender, left back. So he's second with 5 wickets. Sheena Berridge is third with 5 wickets as well. Dylan Liddy of Sandy Point. Sheena Berridge, he's from Sandy Point, but he's actually playing with St. Paul's. Dylan Liddy. of Sandy Point. He's fourth with 4 wickets. So a lot of things in this competition still. They're only a little about halfway. It goes down until the 15th of December. So we have another 3 weeks. So go on out and support the cricket. If we go quickly to football on the local scene, we had some matches go on. The first round of matches in the Premier. The second round, Sunday, 23rd, 4 p.m., and all these matches are at the Technical Center in St. Peter's. So, Saturday 29th, we're going to be having a triple header, 4 p.m., Seoul Island Autonomy versus Trans Global Date Bay Eagles. Eagles drew 0-0 with Sandy Point in their first game. Excuse me, at 6 p.m., St. Kitts Concrete Masters Sandy Point. That sounds like a new company. I don't think I've heard about them before. St. Kitts Concrete Masters Sandy Point. They were formerly sponsored by Jones Group. This time it's St. Kitts Cricket Masters Sandy Point. They will be coming up against the President Cup champions, Rams Village Superstars. At 8 p.m., Azul Keon Rockets will square off with Tropical Blossoms Hot Springs Bath United, and that is Saturday 29th. On Sunday the 30th of November, 4 p.m., Honda Newtown United will be coming up against Maltravine Farms Clean Rights United Old Road Jets. And at 6 p.m., Development Bank St. Peter's will lock horns with SL Horsford St. Paul's United, the defending back-to-back champions. So a lot of action happening here in St. Kitts in the football. And go on out and support them. And I did say I would go down to 9:30. However, I think I'll have to cut it here. I'm not feeling 100%. But I came and I tried to give it my best shot. I didn't want us to not have the program. But I think I have to cut the program short at this stage. And I have to end it. I have to thank you for joining us. I'm not feeling 100% like I indicated. And I thought I would have been able to manage until the full time, but it doesn't feel so. And I thank you for joining. I appreciate the fact. Thank you to all those who logged on. I invite you to be with us again next week, Tuesday, God's Spear, from 7 to 9. And obviously, I'm hoping I'm going to be feeling much better then than now. So thank you for joining us, and I appreciate it. And all the listeners, all the viewers, thank you. Thanks to my production manager, Raspy of Tough House Sound. I really appreciate that. And as I leave, always be positive in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions. Thank you very much for listening to On the Ball here at WINN FM 98.9.
want to know what's happening in sport, tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube.